35. YouTube, Copyright, and Censorship. The Truth About Free Energy Technology. June 19, 2011. YouTube, a wonderful invention. Since its inception in about 2006, YouTube has become a truly incredible resource for sharing information. When you're feeling nostalgic, you can search and find almost any memorable clip from any TV show from the last 50 years, along with old TV commercials, tunes, cartoons, and of course, there are millions of video blog entries about all kinds of subjects. I'm somewhat given to wonder how any company can afford to run a service like this, which must require a vast system of disk and computer storage, running into petabytes, millions of gigabytes per year. It sometimes amazes me that we get to upload and view all these videos for free. I started my own channel in 2006, ADJ UK. There is one issue that we uploaders have to contend with: copyright and copy wrong. On June 6, 2011, I was notified, presumably by some automatic system, that my YouTube channel had been terminated. There was no immediate warning about this, i.e., in this scenario, there does not seem to be any action or alternative one can take to avoid this from happening. However, there was some history to the occurrence of termination, which I perhaps had not paid close enough attention to. I set up my YouTube channel in about 2006, and I did receive a copyright violation notice for one of the earlier videos I posted. Either it was one of David Icke appearing on The Wogan Show in 2007, or it was one of a researcher called David Boyle appearing on BB Question Time in 2006. All the links I've included here you can still find online. So this meant that by about 2007, I had one copyright violation notification against my channel, but I don't think at the time the video was deleted or disabled. Also in 2007, one of my videos was disabled as being, quote, inappropriate content, unquote, which was rather curious at the time. I reposted the clip elsewhere. Next, in 2008, I posted an edited video clip of John Bedini discussing his motor technology. I had used a clip from the film Energy from the Vacuum Part 2, a trailer for his film is available. Oddly, the YouTube trailer does not contain a link to the website where the DVD of the film can be purchased. It was for this video clip that I was later notified there was a copyright violation by Energetic Productions, LLC. At that time, I thought if I deleted the video clip, it would essentially mean that the violation notice count would be reduced back to what it was before, i.e., I hadn't considered the consequences, and I did realize a 3 strikes and you're out rule that seemed to apply. Later in 2008, I posted another clip. It was from a 1985 video called Soviet Weather Engineering over North America, which features Tom Bearden giving a lecture, I think at a McDonnell Douglas event, as he refers to Jack Houck as one of their engineers. You may still be able to find a copy of this video online if you Google for it. The clip I posted was a 7-minute segment from this video, where Bearden talks about a Tesla death ray and interfering beams, while showing a diagram of 2 quote-unquote projectors. I was struck by Bearden's description. Try to watch this clip if you can. Because of my involvement with and knowledge of Dr. Judy Wood's research about how interference effects were seen in the evidence from the destruction of the World Trade Center, it seemed too close for comfort. I therefore, as with most if not all of the other clips on my defunct channel, had posted the clip for educational purposes. Therefore, if given the chance, which I was not, I would have argued that fair use applies, especially for material such as this, which seems pertinent to exploring areas of what must be hidden knowledge. Again, this 7-minute clip can probably also be found if you look for it. So, this clip had been posted on my channel for almost 3 years at the time I received a second copyright violation by Energetic Productions, LLC. This meant I now had 3 copyright violations lodged against my channel, 2 of which were from Energetic Productions, LLC. And so, immediately, all of my channel became inaccessible. Videos, messages, comments, etc., all gone. I took a brief look at trying to file a counterclaim, but this looked much too troublesome to go through when I could repost all the other videos if I really needed to, even though it would take a long time. Energetic Productions, LLC. Clearly, it seemed worth digging a little deeper here, because they had filed 2 of the 3 copyright violations against me and my channel. Energetic Productions is a company selling DVDs and books primarily about the research and experiments of 2 people. The first is Colonel Tom Bearden, retired, a figure who is regularly quoted in relation to scalar weapons. Bearden is clearly a person of some knowledge and intelligence, yet in his 2004 book, reprinted in 2006, on page 23, still maintains that Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden were responsible for the events of 9/11, a notion which is patently ridiculous when the evidence is studied for more than about 10 minutes. Tom Bearden also has spoken about weather modification and John Hutchison's research, yet has not commented on the presence of Hurricane Aaron on 9/11, nor the strong similarity of the phenomena John Hutchison produced in his experiments to those catalogued by Dr. Judy Wood in the evidence she collected pertaining to the destruction of the WTC. Strange. The second person that Energetic Productions, LLC sells DVDs about is John Bedini. He has invented a type of motor that captures some of the back EMF which is normally filtered out of a circuit when the motor is slowing down or stopping. Bedini's circuit allows some of the back EMF, apparently a radiant pulse, as Tesla may have called it, to be captured and used to charge a battery. Various people have posted YouTube videos of their own reproductions of this technology, and it does indeed appear to do something unusual. 1 or 2 YouTube posters seem to have built systems that are self-running, i.e., the motor runs down from one battery and charges another, then the batteries are switched, in some examples electronically, and the system continues to run. The Bedini technology also seems to have been developed into a commercial product, the Renaissance charger. It does appear to be obtaining small amounts of energy from the vacuum. But what is the goal of Energetic Productions, LLC? Perhaps it is just to make money from its products and DVDs. Does it feel that my reposting of clips from its videos is a real threat to its revenue streams? Or could it be argued that my videos would be free advertising for them? Why would they suddenly file a copyright violation for a 25-year-old video? Remember, these violations are not filed accidentally. Free energy is real. So are limited hangouts. Perhaps my goal is different from theirs. I want people to know that free energy technology is real. I want them also to know that it has already been weaponized. I also want them to know that powerful interests are working to keep the true knowledge about free energy technologies covered up. I want them to know that there are some people who are encouraging a so-called limited hangout, along the lines of, well, there may be some way to get a little energy from the vacuum, but not in really useful amounts, and we're years and years away from any useful technologies. This is essentially the thrust of what people like Stephen E. Jones have said, and now he seems to be being forced into doing something similar again. Perhaps releasing information about a technology that can be used to charge a battery is a good, limited hangout option for those vested interests that are in control of what we get access to. After all, charging a battery is not a particularly efficient way to obtain free energy. It is slow, and the energy comes in fairly small amounts. So, who are Energetic Productions, LLC? So now we are ready to look a little deeper at this. In doing so, I viewed the page HTML source at www.cheniere.org. This was so I could find a contact email address for them, as I knew an email address has to be associated with a PayPal button. This email address led me to another website, www.craddock.biz. A click on this page reveals that it is an engineering and consulting company for the oil industry. Glancing at a page from their site reveals this company has done work for BP Exploration, Inc., Brunei Shell Petroleum, Chevron USA, and a whole raft of others. This page states that the, quote, founder, president, and CEO Anthony J. Tony Craddock has 40 years' experience in the international petroleum industry. So we can now see that Energetic Productions, LLC, which filed 2 copyright violations against my YouTube channel, takes PayPal donations to an email address associated with an oil industry consulting engineering company. Perhaps things are becoming clearer. As is often the case with these things which seem to be revelatory, I was not the first to discover them. A. J. Craddock is already listed on PESN, Sterling Allen's site. This page notes the Craddock oil industry connection and posts a rebuttal to what I had written. It reads, quote, Tony has been Tom's webmaster for years. That someone from the oil industry is interested in renewable solutions can be a reason for hope, unquote. A reason for hope? It was obvious to me that other users had had their channels suspended, and so I wondered if there was an easier method, not involving lawyers, for getting a channel reinstated. I did find one user who appeared to have had their channel reinstated when the party responsible for a copyright violation notice withdrew it after they contacted the party that filed the notice. With these 2 reasons for hope in mind, I found an email address for Anthony J. Craddock and wrote him the email included below, appealing that Energetic Productions, LLC remove the violation notices. As some readers may know, I have had some involvement with things like Dr. Stephen Greer's Disclosure Project, so it is also worth noting at this point that Mr. Craddock has also apparently been involved with Stephen Greer's work, acting for a time as webmaster for one of Stephen Greer's websites, cseti.org. Mr. Craddock has also been involved in the UFO scene for some years. One would think, therefore, we had enough common interest for him to email me back or use YouTube messaging to ask me to remove any clips he was not happy that I had posted. And remember, my goal is to share information and increase awareness and understanding of these topics. My goal is not to make money. I must also, at this point, draw attention to an earlier posting I'd made raising some questions about Stephen Greer's own free energy initiatives, which seem to have yielded nothing. However, no response of any kind was received to any of the emails I sent to any of the 3 email addresses, so my original channel is still dead. I have, however, created a new channel at youtube.com under Check the Evidence, and I will be slowly uploading most of the original videos I had onto that channel over the next few weeks and months. Conclusion. Unfortunately, due to my efforts to contact the person at Energetic Productions by sending them 3 different emails and their failure to contact me separately to ask me to delete any offending clips, and my fairly clear agenda of trying to educate and inform people regarding the truth about the limited hangout that most people and groups are adopting when it comes to a discussion of free energy technology, I can only assume that the party behind filing 2 copyright violation notifications against my channel wanted my channel to be closed so that the information contained in it would become inaccessible. Bearing in mind the clear connections of the main person behind Energetic Productions, LLC, I do not find this too surprising. Perhaps some people really do want useful knowledge about free energy technology and the knowledge of its weaponization to be covered up. Perhaps they really don't care what effect this has had and is having on the world. Perhaps they're happy to keep up a pretense that they're trying to reveal some of this information, but in actuality, they are helping to keep the most important aspects of this knowledge covered up. However, there is a chance I could be wrong, so each reader must come to their own conclusion by studying and considering the available evidence.